Hey guys, it's Matt, IronTrap Garage. We are back working on the Schroll 32 Coupe project and moving pretty good. Got the driver's side pretty much all buttoned up and all the major metal work is done on the driver's side. Now the passenger side, luckily, isn't as bad. I chose the worst side to show you guys in detail. This side is nearly not as bad. There's a patch obviously right here we need to do. At the bottom of the door, I don't have to do the inner structure on this one. I think I can clean it up and just do a small patch in the bottom here, and then the rear patch in the back behind the door. A lot of it is there. It's just the bead is kind of eaten away, so we can just do some real small patch panels on this, get this buttoned up, and hopefully by the end of this video I will have the car back down on the ground and we'll have all the major patchwork done on it. So let's get started. Alright, so spent a day just getting the patch in the front here, front of the cowl, and then also this patch back here behind the door, rear quarter panel, all done. Pretty happy with how everything's flowing. It overlaps as it should onto that lower rocker strip area. And yeah, considering what we're dealing with here, it all went pretty well. Definitely this panel here fought me a lot more than I thought, because it was from just the body and the car being moved around and sitting in a field for so long. This was kind of like stretched out of shape in here. So when I started welding it, it started to oil can and act funny on me, so I had to sit there with a hammer and dolly and hammer around, figure out where it was stretched and shrunk, and get everything back in place. So it's looking pretty good. It's not perfect, but for what we want for this car, it's pretty good. And we only affected a very small area here on this side that we need to like repaint. So that's pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is drop the lift down and take this door off. This door is definitely not as bad as the other side, but it does need this little strip here. I'm going to try and stay away from the lettering, so we're going to stay as low as we can and try and just weld across that bottom there, and hopefully get this door all buttoned up here today, and then we can take it off the lift and see how it looks with all the major metal work done on the bottom edge of the car. All right, so got the last patch done on the door. I threw the door on, and thankfully it latched as good as it did before, maybe even a little better. And got the door on and just cleaned all this side up, and it looks pretty good. I was able to knock out these patches in a series of basically 2 days worth of work. Pretty much I was able to knock all these patches out, get them all cleaned up. Back on the car, the doors on both sides could use some adjustment. I don't know if the doors are a little tweaked or what, but they don't sit perfectly flush. I'm having a slight battle with the if I want to leave the doors alone or if I want to try and fix them and make them fit a little better. It's all a balancing act with trying to retain a lot of the old shittiness without trying to cut into it too far and, you know, knock too much paint off. But I think this bottom area will be pretty easy to blend in. I'm going to play around with using some red oxide primer, some kind of satin black paint, and then we may work on trying to get a paint supplier out to actually scan the car and see if we can get some paint mixed up, some like base coat or something like that we could try spraying on the bottom and blending in and kind of make it look like it never happened. But now that we have all this done, the rust repair all done, the car is like super solid with the B-pillar and everything. It shuts really nice, and I'm really happy about that. So we're going to be working on in the background and shooting some side videos of doing like running brake lines and all that different stuff to start making it more of a car, because I really would like to try and maybe make this thing live and drive around the neighborhood by the end of the summer if all possible. And now that we have all the major like rot work done, we're on to kind of some of the fun stuff, which is really cool. So thank you guys for following along. Appreciate it. Let me know what you think of all the rust repair and the Schroll Coupe looking nice and solid now. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.